Do you think that's works for you, that you have this section of the show where no 2 days are the same, where you're obviously bouncing off each other and having that ability? How can that be learned? Do you think that ability to go with the go with the flow? How can people get better at that? Because you seem to have this knack of doing it.
I don't know. I mean, taking improv classes is always a good thing. I did a lot of improv classes when I was a kid, so that might be where I got some of that from. But it's been a huge asset for me. I've had audience members who are regulars at my shows come up and say, "We love your act because even though you have the same bits every time we go, it is a different show. It is a different,
Hmm.
things are different. Things go weird. Things go awry. Sometimes
That
they
should
go
be your
really well, and
tagline.
so yeah, it's all part of the fun. And so what I like about that is one, it makes it different for the audience. Two, it makes it different for me, which means that I can do the same show 3, 4, 5 times a day and not get super bored with it.
Hmm.
And every crowd is different. Every set of crowd hecklers is different, and that goes a long way. But yeah, as far as learning that skill, I don't know. It's interesting because I understand, I think, a lot of the concepts of theater and entertainment and comedy, but I don't have a formal training in it. I grew up in this world, and I've kind of learned a lot of these things by osmosis. And so, when you ask me, how does someone train on this? I'm like, go do it, I guess.
Hmm.
That's kind of what I would say.
No, I love it. I love how you're just using your personality to be you, dialed up to 11. You're just kind of, you're probably not able to start swinging a whip around in your day to day life, but And did you see a change then in your audience or the kind of nucleus of the show? Because the audience obviously play a big part in it. When you were on America's Got Talent, did it change at all, or did it just
Oh God.
bring more weirdos in to let you just go to town?
AGT didn't change a whole lot other than people saying they saw me on TV. I mean, the performance itself was very different. Um, in that it was a lot more scripted than I'm used to. I
Mhm.
still ended up winging a little bit of it, quite a bit of it. I was not planning to use Simon Cowell for that trick. Everyone's like, "Was that scripted?" I'm like, "No, it was not." Or if it was, they didn't tell me. Um, but
I was
it,
wanting you to hit him. I was just like,
yeah,
throw him away.
you're not, you're not the first person to say that to me. Um, it's it's I think AGT. I'm glad I did AGT. I don't feel like it changed a whole lot. It was more symptomatic of kind of what was already happening. With the growth in social media. Um, but it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad I did it.
Because, I remember you in an article you mentioned how you spent a long time trying to fit in, and then you realize it's better to be the true you.
Yeah.
And do you think that let the real Jack come out and play, to do these amazing things, to do these amazing shows? Because what would you say to somebody just now who is like, because I spent years trying to fit in at the bars, go with friends to,
Yeah.
and sit and drink pints and go, what am I doing here? Now doing the podcast and all that, I've never been happier.